there's this great quote that's helped me so much in my business, and it says, you can dodge the responsibility, but you cannot dodge the consequence of dodging the responsibility. And you look at people, we're willing to take medicine, but we won't take vitamins. So think about that. We won't work out. We won't eat healthy. We won't take vitamins. We won't take care of our bodies. We won't get the right sleep. We won't do all the right things that help, meditation, yoga, whatever, running, whatever that is for you, getting enough sunlight. But we'll commit to taking a medicine every single day for the rest of our life. Why? Right? Because most human beings dodge the responsibility of taking care of their health, right? But when you dodge that responsibility, you don't get to dodge the consequence, right? It's the same with not saving, right? You could say, hey, I'm going to spend right now. I'm just going to go out more. We're going to eat more. I'm going to buy more clothes. I'm going to buy more shoes. I'm going to go to that concert. I'm going to go to that movie. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to buy that really nice car. There's nothing wrong with any of those things if it's within your budget and you are saving, you're handling your responsibilities, you're taking care of your other priorities, and you're accomplishing your goals. But so many people, they dodge the responsibility of having a financial plan. They have no plan, right? Like I sit with people every single day in our insurance business, and I just look at human beings, and it's just a simple question like, what's your plan? What's your plan? Do you have a financial plan? Do you have a retirement plan? Do you have an investment plan? Do you have a plan? And it's not to put these people down. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have any plan before I got into the insurance industry. I didn't even know what insurance or investments or taxes and all these things were. So I don't blame them, but when it gets presented to you, are you open to learning? Are you curious, right? Or do you just want to keep being ignorant to that, right? And when I say ignorant, I don't mean dumb. I mean that you're ignoring, right? You're ignoring the information. You're ignoring the opportunity. You're ignoring the person that's in front of you. You're ignoring life. Life is bringing something positive into your life. And you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing that I'm doing. And I can't tell you how many people do that. And they can dodge the responsibility of responding, right? When you think about the word responsibility, it's your ability to respond, right? They can dodge the responsibility, right? Of listening, of being humble, of taking direction, of being curious, of asking questions, of learning more. They could just continue to, in their ignorance, right? And they're ignoring the situation. But what's going to happen? The consequences are going to come. That's why the average American today, the average 401k balance is somewhere between 200, 300,000 for people that have been working for 40, 45 years. You try to live on that, right? 4% distribution, that's somewhere between $8,000 to $12,000 a year that this person has to live on, right? $8,000 to $12,000. That's, $700 or so to $1,000 a month this person has to live on. That's not a lot of money, guys. That's $175 a week to, $250 a week to live on for the rest of their life. They can dodge for 45 years, for 50 years, they dodged the responsibility of sitting down and learning about life insurance, learning about retirement account, learning about taxes, learning about living expenses, learning about financial independence number, learning about inflation, learning about taxation. Like they've dodged all these things. What's the consequence of that? That they're having to work in their 60s. That they're having to say no to their grandkids, no to their family, no to traveling the world, no to living, no to all the things that they wanted. Why? Because they dodged the responsibility, but they can't dodge the consequence, right? We can dodge the responsibility of not being a person of faith and not working on our faith, right? The pastor the other day, he said, one of the greatest challenges is not so much getting people to not believe that there's a God, but they're distracted by life. Right? And he said this, it was powerful. He says, most people don't want to believe that there's a God because then they're responsible. Then they're accountable to somebody else. They're accountable to a belief system. They're accountable to a faith. They're accountable. So they no longer can do whatever they want to do. So we can dodge the responsibility, but we can't dodge the consequence of what happens, when it comes to faith, right? There's this one person said this a long time ago, and it just made a lot of sense. He said, I'd rather live my life like there is a God and find out that there isn't, than live my life like there's not a God and find out that there is, right? And will we ever really know? Yeah, we're going to find out, right? If there is or there isn't. I want to live my life like there's a God. I want to believe that these moments, these spiritual moments, that's the case. But a lot of us dodge that responsibility of getting to know God and putting time into, reading the Word and putting time into getting to know your soul and really going to church or serving or helping other people, loving other people. But the consequence, we can't dodge the consequence of that, right? There's so many of us that are, we want things that we haven't earned. We want things that we haven't been deserving of. And I used to be that way, man, I want to make $100,000 a year, but I don't want to work like somebody makes $100,000 a year. I don't want the responsibility of $100,000 a year. I don't want the accountability of $100,000 a year. I don't want the pressure of $100,000 a year, but I want the $100,000 a year. And I realize that most people that they dodge the responsibility, they always dodge the benefit, right? The benefit dodges them. The blessing dodges them. And they could have had it. They could have had everything that they wanted. You could have had a great relationship. You could have had a great body. Could have had a great business. Could have had to travel the world. Could have had fun. Could have done all the dreams, all the things that you want. The restaurants, the businesses, the hotels, all the things that you want. You could have had it if you would have just been willing to accept the responsibility, accept the work, accept the process, accept the commitment. Like, man, and the regret of that, by the way, I think is devastating, because you get one life. You get one life, and then it's over. You're going to lay on a hospital bed one day, and you're going to look back on your life, and you're like, man, why did you dodge the opportunity? Why did you dodge the responsibility? And you're going to regret that. And you have time to change right now. You still have time to change. You still have time to pursue. You still have time to become. If you're listening to this right now, you still have time to create who you want to be. You still have time to forgive yourself, start over. You still have time to learn something new. You still have time to, recommit to what you're doing. You still have time to become the next version of yourself. Like, that's the freaking awesome thing about life right now, that you can literally become what you want to become. Like, You have a dream. Like, God didn't give you that dream to play with you. Like, he didn't put that in you for, like, the older I get, the more I'm like, man, why does this keep coming up in my life, this recurring dream? Like, why? Maybe because it was your dream. And God said, man, I'm going to build this person, their spirit, their mind, their nature, their personality, this way to accomplish this, and maybe you got lost along the way, but this is a reminder of, like, no, God made you to do something big. And so welcome the responsibility, welcome the challenges, welcome. It doesn't mean you're going to like it at first, but if you just keep showing up and you keep saying yes, and you keep welcoming the pressure, eventually you're going to get all these things that you want. You're going to be fulfilled. You're going to have true joy, not just temporary happiness of alcohol or vacation that you're somewhere. Like, your life will be a life that you enjoy living. You enjoy being yourself because you said yes to doing the work that most people don't want to do. And so my challenge to all you guys is to remember this. You can dodge the responsibility, but you cannot dodge the consequence. And I hope you stop dodging the responsibility and you start welcoming it. If this added some value to you, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care.